Hello and welcome to Postcard and a Pint. I'm Rachel.
I'm Wills.
And today we are doing the polar opposite of what we did last week. Today we've come in search of ye olde English Christmas. So we've come to the town of Nantwich, which is in Cheshire in England. It's got so many listed buildings, it should be super duper Christmassy. Then we saw on the way in an open day at a church near here, which looks super Christmassy, so we're going to check that out. And
Can you hear the choir?
Yeah, Heavenly Choir inside. Then we're going to go and finish the... Oh, we've got a Sunday lunch. We've got a Sunday lunch booked.
Yeah.
Oh, top day. And then we are going to look at some lovely lights in Delamere Forest.
And we're going to go have a pint.
We'll have a pint somewhere along the way.
All right, then.
So come on, let's go and check out ye olde English Christmas. Nantwich has one of the highest concentrations of listed buildings in England. It has some brilliant examples of both Georgian and Tudor architecture. Let's go see. We wandered around the centre of the old town of Nantwich. It was quaint, beautiful and altogether Christmassy. This is St Mary's Church, the oldest building in Nantwich. It's one of the finest examples of a medieval church in all of England. Building commenced in 1280 and it was finished in 1390. Just the bubonic plague, the Black Death, got in the way of construction. We can hear a choir rehearsing. We want to go check it out. Let's go see. We were lucky enough to stumble upon the church choir rehearsing. With our Christmas spirit level rising nicely, we headed out into town. The town has lots of independent shops selling local produce. Everything looked extremely festive and delicious. Now this building was an absolute beauty, and yes, it really was that wonky in real life. A quick pit stop, methinks. This is the Crown Hotel. It's an old coaching inn here in Nantwich. My imagination is in overdrive. Can you just imagine the coach and horses stopping here? It was on the main route from North Wales to London. Once upon a time. Fantastic place. Let's go in. As you can see, the inside was equally as beautiful as the outside. What this doesn't show is how wonky those steps really were. Not bad for a building from 1583. This one is also Grade 1 listed. So it was back onto the high street to check out a bit more of the town before we headed off. Now this is 46 High Street, a timber-framed black and white Elizabethan merchant's house. This is 1 to 5 Pillory Street, the most recent listed buildings in Nantwich. We continued our walk around the main old town, realising that we definitely need to come here again, as there's so much more to see. This chimney was part of a wheelwright's forge and smithy, making parts for horse-drawn coaches in the 19th century. We were flagging a bit now, and our Christmas spirit needed a top-up. Still time to put this one in the stocks though. This church is also called St Mary's and is just on the outskirts of Nantwich in the village of Acton. We'd seen a sign on the outside on our drive into Nantwich and thought that might be quite nice. How wrong we were. It was incredible. We stepped through the doors and our breath was simply taken away. The church was decorated beautifully and the community were there, all together, celebrating Christmas the way it should be. This stunning building is also Grade 1 listed.
I think this is the most Christmassy thing we've done in years.
Too right. There was a local folk band providing entertainment, really adding to that oldie English Christmas feel. You got the feeling that the village had been baking for weeks to have enough cake to go with the never-ending supply of hot tea, served, of course, in beautiful china cups. It was picture postcard perfect. And sadly, this sense of community is something that has been missing from all of our lives this past 2 years. This was one of those moments we'll never forget. We just wish we could have stayed longer. We've just arrived at the Carriers Inn. We are absolutely starving. We could have stayed at that church so much longer. We were gutted. We wanted tea and biscuits with the locals and a nice chat. But we had a table booked, so let's go and get some Sunday lunch. This pub is in the heart of Delamere Forest, overlooking Hatchmere Lake. Not that we could see any of that, as it was very dark. It was Christmassy though. It's lunchtime. Our traditional Sunday roast was delicious and well needed, as we had a forest walk to do yet. We've just arrived at Delamere Forest for our light trail. The hat's on, the gloves are on, this is serious. Let's go. We didn't really know what to expect, as we haven't done this sort of thing before. The entrance had plenty of food and drink stalls, but it was time for the main event, the forest. It was a really magical start, with just some of the trees lit up. It didn't feel too crowded at all, and it wasn't long until we came across the first display, the 12 Days of Christmas. From there, we followed illuminated paths and bridges. We walked through magical forests until we got to this impressive tree. The forest really was a magical wonderland. Don't worry if you're flagging, there's a refreshment stop halfway round. This archway was really cool. Trying to get an uninterrupted shot though? Impossible. There were so many different displays to see. We really liked these trees. They were sound to light activated. Very cool. This display was cool too. Giant pine cones spurting fire, surrounded by flame pots on the floor. Good for getting a bit of warmth. This display was Polar Express inspired. Very Christmassy. Near the end of the trail was Santa. He was great with the kids, but you know you're getting old when you're hazarding a guess that behind that beard he's a 19-year-old drama student. Never show me a Celtic gobo on the floor and expect me to just walk through it. Too many years of Irish dance tours. Still got it. This was almost the end of the trail. It had taken us the best part of an hour to complete. We really enjoyed it, and it far exceeded our expectations. It was back to the car and home for a pint. Thanks, Delamere Forest. We're home now. I've got myself some mulled wine. It was chilly in that there forest.
I got myself some nice German lager.
Lovely. Did you have a lovely day?
I had a fantastic day.
I'm going to ask you what your favourite bit was, but I know the answer.
We know the answer. It's definitely the church.
Oh gosh, it was just magical. I just wish we could have stayed longer. I tell you what, next year, if they're doing that open day,
We'll be there.
We'll be there. We'll be having cake, we'll be having tea.
Biscuits.
And biscuits and, yeah, joining in. It was brilliant. What did it remind you of?
It reminded me, now I don't know if any of you lot know about this, but Box of Delights. Now, Box of Delights is a book by James John.
Macefield.
Yeah, him. He's there, John Macefield. And back in the early 80s, because we're old, there was a TV adaptation of it, and it was nothing like the book, but it was still pretty magical.
It was amazing.
And we watched that every single year. And actually, a friend of ours, her dad, was the special effects guy on it. So that's pretty cool. We met him, and Rachel was a bit of a fangirl.
I was a bit of a fangirl, yeah.
But there we go. But if you don't know it, check it out, Box of Delights. I think it's on BritBox.
It just
Not that
makes
we can get it.
everything
It's amazing.
Christmassy, doesn't it? It just is old Christmas.
That is our Christmas.
Yeah, and that church came as close to fulfilling that in real life.
And next year, if you've seen our Scrooge vlog, we're going to do one similar. But
yeah, a
for
production of Box of Delights is coming up. We've got the locations, so that's on the cards for next year. I thought the lights were really good.
They were cool.
Yeah, Delamere Forest, really, really good. Better than I thought. I thought it would be catered just for kids, but it wasn't. It was really, really good. And you know what I'm going to say now.
I'm going to flip what I say.
We are going to release this coming week a couple of shorter videos.
Oh, okay.
We're going to call them Christmas Crackers. And what they're going to be is going to be some footage you've seen, some you haven't seen. We're going to do one of Harrods.
One of Harrods, one of Covent Garden, one of Fortnum and Mason.
Fortnum and Mason, maybe one of just the lights in Delamere Forest.
Yeah, we'll see what we've got.
Yeah, see what we've got.
Because we film more than we actually use in these vlogs.
So no special talking, no introductions, no pints, no jokes.
No joke.
And just set them out each night this week. We were going to pull a cracker on the beginning, but I don't think we will.
I don't think we will.
We'll just call them Christmas Crackers, and you can have a little look. And if you liked Harrods and you wanted to see more,
it's the
there's more
12-inch
there.
extended mixed version.
Apparently so.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, look out for those this coming week. We have no idea when we're releasing them yet, but they'll happen before Christmas.
Might be 3 of them, might be 6 of them. Don't know yet.
Who knows? Little Christmas crackers just for you. So, this is our last vlog before Christmas, I think.
Yeah, next one will be on Boxing Day.
Next one will be on Boxing Day.
Yep.
So, have a wonderful Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for everyone who supported us this far.
And still continue to hit the like button.
Oh, and all that.
Subscribe and
that.
all that.
Yeah, we're loving it. We're loving it. So, happy Christmas. And as we say in Postcard and a Pint,
cheers to the good times.
Yay!
Bloke stands up in court and the judge says, "Why are you here then? What are you being charged with?" And the guy says, "Oh, I'm here for doing my Christmas shopping early." He said, "Doing your Christmas shopping early? That's not a crime. When did you do it?" He said, "Before the shops opened."
Ugh.